from the main campus. So I feel like the accreditation strove back to come and complete it with my results. In between, of course, I had to marry and all. But I'm saying that, show that you're ready. So when I finished the program, I had learned already that it's important for you to notify admin that you had an upgrade in your education. You weren't just going to keep it in your file and wait on your face that I'm now a graduate, or hope that they saw it on Facebook. They're not supposed to be looking at Facebook to know what to do with you in the office. So what I did was I did a letter and told admin how excited I was that I had completed my degree program and all that. So I did that in anticipation of an upgrade. It didn't come on time. So I had an he for she that I got to speaking with. So everything I've taught you, I taught you not from any book. I taught you from my life. I can put a story to every point in those bullets. Okay? So I just told you a story that says, keep your records in the face of your stakeholders. Those who have interest in you. Keep brandishing the wins. I just did this. I just did that. I just did it. Let them update them even when they are not asking. Update. So I did that, and it was in the admin. So several years after, the upgrade wasn't done. I thought it was going to be automatic. I found I wasn't. I couldn't tell why. So one of those days, I was at the canteen. Usually we'll have this general staff canteen and then the management. So this my boss, very big boss, walked in and said, boss, how are you? I said, fine. So I had worked with him one-on-one before. And he liked how I work. So again, put in your best wherever you are. So I said to him, he said, boss, I'm not going to eat in the management canteen today. I'm going to eat here. I said, that's a privilege, sir. So again, have some sense of humor. Relate. So we got eating, and then I said, sir, there's something I'd like to tell you. He said, hey, what's that? Then I said, I finished my degree program, but I'm yet to be upgraded. I still have this title so far till now. He said, oh, why is that? Once you get to the office now, do me a letter, copy this, copy that, copy this, copy that. I'll be on it. That was how, at the canteen, I resolved that matter. See, you don't have to marry or befriend anybody for men to help you. Stop it. It's not every man that is looking for your pants down. Don't carry it as a carryover to every man. I know there are men who do not respect themselves, but I'm saying it's not all of them. I have enjoyed help from men without having been asked for anything. From being an employee till now that I run a business. I've run this business for 10 years. In November, RCV will be 10. So whether on career or business, I have seen men who were nothing but helpful. You probably should also check something about you. Certain things are not total. Don't just carry one side of the story and say, oh, all men are. No. Men are not scum. They are not. Yeah, Mrs. is already sitting. So I told the story to explain when you are ready. So the secretary was already there with admin, and I got an opportunity to talk to someone who could influence. And I said, why not? Really? Do a letter. And then immediately, once I go back to the office, I did the letter, and because of the person that was demanding to be done. And then that was it. I got my proper designation, and thereafter a promotion. So yeah, thank you.
Wow. Thank you very much, Ma. That was a very beautiful session. Thank you so much. So thank you so much, everyone. I know we mentioned this earlier, but we have Pertinence in the house, and they have a raffle draw, or we have a raffle draw towards the end of this event. So if I yet to pick up a raffle ticket from Pertinence, while the session is going on, please just go one after the other. We don't want that place to be crowded. So once you say that it is free, you can just stand up and get your raffle tickets from Pertinence. While this event is going on, we'll have a raffle session, and people will win amazing gifts. And then please open an account. If you have a business, please open a business account, an individual account. Open for your children as well. Yeah. Thank you so much, Ms. Obasa. So we're going right up to the panel session, and we have 5 amazing women in the house. Please, as I mentioned their name, please do well to give them a round of applause so they'll come have their seats. We have Ambassador Omoya Jowo Please give her a round of applause. Mrs. Olawale Victoria. Please, you can come up. You can come up, please. We have Mrs. Marcelina and our sister, Mrs. Mary Ogbaisi. And then we have Mrs. Adesuwa Ogwaga. I hope I got that correctly. Thank you so much. I have 5 powerful women powerful women. Powerful women in the house. And we're just going to be asking them questions. And I hope that this would also be another learning opportunity for every one of us. Please, you can have this one. Yes, ma'am. So I hope that this would also be a continuation of learning. I mean, every one of them have their own businesses, some in the real estate industry. I know she runs an events house. Miss Olawale Victoria she's plenty things. I mean, I've known her to hold plenty positions. I can call her a serial entrepreneur. But, that's just to say that we have people with experiences, women with experiences, and life experiences that they can share and we can also learn from. So you're welcome, Mas. Thank you so much for honoring the invitation, actually. So I think I'm just going to start from you, Mas, since you have the mic. And I think from the first questions, please just do a brief introduction of yourself and what you do so that they have a background story. Then you answer the questions very briefly. So my first questions for you just says, what are some unique challenges women face in securing fundings for their businesses? And how can they navigate these obstacles? Now, we have women in the house that either have businesses at the moment or some that are looking forward to, scaling or even starting out right there. What are those obstacles that you've observed in your own career? Why some women, have this obstacle to accessing funds and how they can navigate it?
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, ma.
And my name is Adesuwa Ogwacha. I'm the lead consultant at RegZoop Consult. I am a chartered tax consultant. I'm also a compliance consultant. So what we do at RegZoop Consult is we help businesses stay compliant with regulatory policies. We give tax advisory services. Let me come down to our layman terms. We register businesses with CAC. We help you with your TIN generation, TIN validation, export licenses, intellectual property protection. We do business growth, we do business consulting, we help with business structuring, and we do trainings. So we do a whole lot. We do branding, digital marketing, and the works.
Wow. I think we should start. We should put hands together right there. She's a woman that wears several hats.
Okay, so to the question, why do women have issues accessing funding? The truth is, most often than not, many of us stumbled into entrepreneurship as women. We probably, there's a way our life goes as women, that's the truth. Society defines the roles we should play, and then at some point we find ourselves. And we're just starting from wherever it is we are, or wherever it is we find ourselves. Now the truth is, not many of us are thorough enough to ensure that we do what we are supposed to do part-time. Most times we put the cart before the horse. That's what happens with many entrepreneurs that I've come across as women. I just want to start a business. I just want to start making zobo and selling in the house. I just want to start making money. Somebody called me last week and she was teary. She said that she was going to be 40 in some months and she felt like she has done nothing with her life. Now for that kind of person, she just wants to start something. So for her, structure is not something she's looking at the moment. All she wants to do is start selling and making money. Do you understand? Please, how many of us can relate? We just want to start selling and making money. Now, thing is, we assume that selling and making money is profit. Hence the reason why we eat both capital and profit. Because we assume that I bought this thing for 10 naira, I sold it for 15 naira, I've made 15 naira. And when we want to spend it, we'll spend 15 naira. If we are nice, we'll leave 5 naira somewhere. We forget that there's a science to growing business. Okay? That's why you start several businesses and you stop them. And you start and you stop. And you say they are not going anywhere. Meanwhile, some other person is running that same business you abandoned and is doing well at it. So why do women not easily access funds? Number one, I was able to note a number of things down, and I'm going to quickly throw more lights. The first thing you're supposed to do, I'm not saying this because it's a service we provide, but the first thing you're supposed to do is register that business with Corporate Affairs Commission. The very first thing you're supposed to do. Because I get this even up to yesterday, somebody came and said, we want to register our business. And he gave me a name. I said, we like to collect 2 names from clients. He said, no, we already have a name that we are running with. And I'm saying, who told you it's your own? Who told you it's your own? When ideas drop, in the spirit realm, it drops in several places. Whoever runs with it first owns it. So who told you to say, no, I'm sure. And I now ask, what's the name of the business? Fumi Clothing Business. Are you the only Fumi in Nigeria?
Fumi Clothing. Don't you have Fumi Clothing?
Do you get my point? And she has built a brand around that name. Everybody's calling her Fumi Clothing. Imagine she has to start all over again. Some clients will even think she's a scam online because she has, we can check how many times you've changed your name as a business on Instagram.
Yeah.
So we're going to think, this person, are you sure this one that is changing name? Are you sure it's not a scammer? Do you get my point? So you do not want to start a business without registering, so that you are sure that that name you're running with at all is yours. Now I ask most of us here, you are business owners. How many of us are business owners here? Oh, a good number of us. How many of us have registered? Amazing. I have amazing women here. Okay? So the next thing is tax compliance. I hope you know that our number 1 man is a tax man. Do you know that? Yes. In case you have been hiding, they are fishing you out. Do you get my point? I held a tax class last week, Friday. It was very expository. And when I finished, some people were like, they did not know they had that much responsibility. As a business owner, you have a responsibility for your personal income tax, and you also have a responsibility for your business tax, whether you're a business name or a limited liability or an incorporated trustee. Some people say, I'm an NGO, I don't pay taxes. Well, the moment you begin to pay for any service, like WinBiz now, you people charge us for conference. Are you an NGO? So you're doing a service that you get paid for. You are supposed to pay taxes.
We pay our tax.
I know you do. I know. I'm just saying. I'm sure you do because you have too many professionals not to. But many NGOs do not know that they are supposed to pay taxes. And in case you're even doing everything and you're being funded by some other people or you have people who fund you, you're supposed to file your nil reports. Whether you're a business name, a limited liability company, or an NGO, you're supposed to file a nil report. Some people will say, I'm into food, I'm into pharmacy, I'm into education. We don't pay taxes. Who told you? The only taxes you don't pay is VAT. And even at that, you're supposed to file a nil report. If you don't file, it's 50,000 naira for the first month in default, and 25K every other month. Yes. Some of you got that mail. They are becoming very active. That's the meaning. Some of you went to withdraw from your business account and you're told it's frozen, that you should go and validate your TIN. Yes, we are getting into the tax atmosphere gradually.
All right.
So another thing, let me hurry up. Another thing is mixing your business money with personal money. There are 2 sides to this coin. You have successfully registered a business and you have a bank account. But you say you want to run the account so that your turnover looks plenty, so that you can access higher loans. And then you tell me, in our church, we want to do Ashebi and you're the financial secretary. Pay it into my business account.
Okay.
Yes, you will pay tax. And then the other people that are amazing, if I open a bank account, the government eye will be on me. So you're running business with your personal accounts, right? And because you don't keep is your personal account. I will still pay into that account, even if I'm not doing business with you. I'll still pay. So how do you separate your business money from your personal money? Then the last thing I talked about here, okay, the second to the last thing I talked about here is actually not having a proper bookkeeping structure for your business. I bought from you, she bought from you, they bought from you. You didn't note that down. You spent from that money, you didn't note that down. As simple as a simple book. Not talk of now that we have several apps on your phone that can help you manage your business accounts and even help you draw reports. It is beginning to make us accountants a little redundant, right? So there is actually no reason why you should not be keeping your books, because when PertiSave wants to give you a loan, they want to see your track record. They want to be able to ascertain that you can pay your money back. I'm sure many of us are here because we want to access loan and we want to get the grants, right? But if your business is not in check, like you don't have any record, you cannot access loans. So that's one of the reasons why you've not been able to access funds. And you will be surprised how much you do per month if you keep your records. Now, the last thing on my sorry, please. Business plan. How many of us have a business plan for our business? Amazing. If you do, please clap for yourself. You're among the very few people here that has a business plan. A business plan is like a roadmap to where you want to go for your business. The following people use your business plan: your future investors, right? Your employees, or the people who are interested in your business, and you. It helps you check where you are now and where you're going to. Do you get my point? So many of us don't have that. And that it can be as little as 2 pages. It doesn't have to be 50 pages. You don't have to get somebody to, you don't have to come and pay us to help you write your business plan. You can, there are formats and templates online. This phone, some of us, I don't know what we use it for. Now, lastly, the last reason why many of us are not accessing funds, many of us female business owners, is that, loan is a bad thing, no? If you collect loan, you're going to run bankrupt. You're going to be bankrupt before you know it. Because it's like those people, they used to go to one baba to ensure that when you collect the loan, you cannot pay back. You'll be shocked how many people are thinking this. So many people have seen loan as a demonic affair. If you are not having loans, then if you are not having loans, you are doing well. If you are having loans, you are not doing well. I hope you know Dangote is owing. Other people's money. You use other people's money to make your own money. Billionaires do not use their own money to do projects. They will go and borrow. Do the project, pay back, and borrow again while you are running from loan.
Wow.
Let me stop here.
Thank you so much, ma. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I mean, I think your response just answered 2 of my questions together, and I think it was very loaded. I'm sure many of us are already taking, you take the one that you are, and you know that this one, I need to fix this. Like she mentioned, our number 1 man is a tax man. You cannot go outside of it. And the last thing that she mentioned, that rich people thrive on loan. Oh my God. Is one angle that is like the small people, we just always feel like, that misconception, we live on it. Don't let us drag it too much. Thank you so much, man. That was very profound. Thank you so much. So I think I'll just go to Mrs. Olawale Victoria. And, you've built a strong realtor base while running your personal business. How do you effectively manage and balance both? So I want our responses to come in like 2 to 3 minutes so that we're able to go round at least, say, 2 to 3 times. So within 2 to 3 minutes, how do you balance both your personal business and also running a thriving real estate company and all of that?
Yeah, thank you very much. I want to appreciate the privilege to be here. Now, when you talk about real estate business and my other businesses, there is the way I go about it is that I have a kind of a kind of mindset that I have in me, And that mindset is everything I'm doing is all about people. So I don't hide other things. I don't just do things the way I feel like. So I consciousness that people are the brain behind everything I do, the purpose, the reason behind everything I do. So when I talk about real estate to people, I let them understand that aside real estate, there are other things I do. But the idea is this. I looked at everything I do and I discovered that real estate gives me more. One, more platforms, more opportunities to meet people, and it also gives me the capacity to build, to work on my personal development. So what I did is I decided to pronounce more of real estate. So if you come to my social handles, you will hardly see other things that I do. But sincerely speaking, I'm doing a lot aside real estate. Now, I have my Instagram page. I have Gifted Hands Property, Instagram, Gifted Hands Property, Facebook. And on my WhatsApp page, I major particular line to run every information about real estate. So the other line I use for other businesses. Do you get it? Now, what I do is this. I ensure that as I'm going out there, I have my basket of products full. When I mean basket of products, I have real estate in my basket. I have skill acquisition in my basket. I have production of coconut oil in my basket. I have toiletries in my basket. I have mentorship skill in my basket. And so when I'm going out, when I'm relating with people, I pick up what you need first. So when I'm relating with you, I will focus more on what you need. Along the line, I will pass across to you every other thing I do. Because I know that in every one person I meet in life, there are 1,000 people attached to that person. So when I'm communicating, I communicate as if I'm talking to that 1,000 people. Because I know that if you don't need real estate right now, you will need it tomorrow. If you don't need coconut oil now, you will need it in the next 3 months. Yeah. So when you talk about, if you don't need, now, as I'm into skill action. I have Gifted Hands Crafts Venture is a school, a vocational school that handles a lot of skills. I have about 10 different instructors with me. And so we run these programs once in a year. And there are so many churches, organizations that call us to come and empower people. Now, why empowering people in skills? Do you know that I talk about real estate? And so at the end of the day, in that circle of group of people in that team, they are there to learn skills. Toiletries, catering, bag making, hotel management, so many skills. Now, why training? By the time I bring up real estate, you see 3, 4, 5 people telling me, oh, I'm interested in real estate. Now, the meeting point was not real estate. The meeting point was skill acquisition. So I intentionally build my brand in the real estate industry, and I'm pushing it. But do you know that as many people that comes to my DM, they end up patronizing me in every other thing. Do you understand? So there is an idea of jack of all trades, master of none. But in my own case, I happen to be jack of all trades, master of all.
Hallelujah.
So there is a technique. Now, when I started my real estate business, I had a limitation. And the limitation is this. Everybody knows that real estate business is big. And if we talk about real estate, people feel, this woman, she's a billionaire. Sincerely speaking, I'm a billionaire. But
sincerely speaking.
Yeah. But there is a way the system runs. When I started, I had a little challenge. The first challenge is, okay, how do you map up the system where you build a team of people, and this team of people really need this area of technology? If you are doing anything, you are not technology driven, you will not even get to anywhere. So I decided, okay, what do I do? I contacted the guys on tech, and they were like, Mr. Lale, you need billions to have your page, to have your space, to have these remark systems and all that. I said, okay, what do I need to do? By the grace of God, I got to know about real estate in Pertinent Group. I started real estate 2016 with Pertinent, and it's a long story. But I want you to know that this Pertinent thing is a place to be. I was able to get to know more about real estate, courtesy of Mr. Dr. Olonshei, Sunday, and Mr. Wisdom Ezekiel. Those days where we used to come for trainings, just like we sit here, I used to attend to those trainings. So I look at it that, okay, now we want to start. We are given a platform to start. We are given, an opportunity that came up with, okay, you want to learn about real estate, you have to pay 50,000 to be part of the system. And do you know what? As at that time, I didn't have the money. I needed to go and borrow. I needed to go and borrow, just the aspect of loan we're talking about. So I borrowed the 50,000 with the mind of to go and learn. But you know that getting to that platform, I discovered that we were told, this 50,000 you paid is not actually for training. It's actually for you to own an estate inside an estate. I said, wow. And they said, a lot of people stepped back because of the 50,000. But I went ahead to borrow, and I was able to participate in the training. Wow. Behold, and alert. That's what brought me to where I am today. Now I'm trying to bring up something here. The question is, how were you able to manage real estate business with other businesses? Now, I looked at it, I didn't have the money for technology, as at that time. Now, I want to bring in here that Pertinent actually helped me. As I'm talking to you right now, I have over 100 realtors with gifted hands properties, but I needed to leverage on Pertinent wings. And so every woman here in the house, I want to tell you that this is a place, no matter your vision, by the grace of God, the Gifted Hands Crafts Venture is running seriously now. We organize programs once in a year. I started by asking people to support, but out there people will like, oh, we can't support, we have our own project too. It got to the time I was being embarrassed and said, look at it, you're just begging for money to help people. How long will you beg to help people? You want to help people, you have the vision to assist people, to help people, but the money is not there. And people are not there to really fund it. I said, okay, let me sit down and face real estate. So I left what I was doing. I left that vision for a while. I faced real estate. I made the first million I made my first million in real estate business. And I made it while I was sleeping. There is a system here that works. Making money while sleeping, I experienced it. So that was my first million. Now, the next money I made was 3.5 million. It was a commission on a sales. And do you know that I was able to use that money to organize a free empowerment program. I was able to buy sewing machines. I was able to buy ovens. I was able to buy camera. I was able to buy photograph, and I was able to train people without asking them to pay a dime. It was a successful training that year. Now, what am I really saying? I was able to manage these businesses because I was able to understand, study which of all that I do can actually take me to where I was going, where I intend to go. So you need to really know, okay, you want to do so many things, you have so many ideas, but there is a particular one that will drive every other ones. So you need to take your time, sit down, look at it, give that a focus, and that was exactly what I did, and today is as well.
Wow, thank you so much, man. That is so much impact. So much impact. All right, I think I would like to go to Ms. Moya Jowo now. And, we just want to, I think, just so that we don't take too much time, so I'd like for you to also share your journey, and also you own your own real estate brand now. I mean, you are a lot more independent when it comes to your real estate journey. What were those challenges that you faced on that getting to where you are, and how were you able to succumb those challenges?
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
My name is Justina Omoyajo. By God's grace, I'm an ambassador of the United Nations. So I'm now Ambassador Justina Amoyaju. I'm also Mama J for life.
So for life.
In Pertinence Limited. If you don't know Mama J, you are new.
You are new.
You are very, very new. Well, my journey started, I came into Pertinence 2014. That was, let's say, 5 years after I lost my husband. And with 4 kids, life was not funny. It wasn't funny. I had to pick the pieces of my life, and I am this kind of person that in the face of challenge, I don't give up. I told myself the journey just began, and that on no account will I cry before my children or tell them, oh, you see, because your dad is gone, you cannot further your educations. We just have to make do with what we have. We just have to live this pity party life. God forbid it. I said, no. It's not going to be my portion. I will change the scenario. I said, when I lost my husband, my first child was about 9 years old, and the youngest was 2. And I was just a principal of a school with a very meager salary. My salary could not even pay one of their tuition fees. And I was like, where do I start from? So I told myself the best thing to do is to start doing as many businesses as I could do. I did this thrift, this Ajove thing. I gather women, they do contributions, and I take my own token at the end of the day. I was still a principal. I do home lessons for students after school because I studied mathematics. So I used to teach maths. I had so many maths students that I was taking after school. And I also sell okrika. You know it now, bend down, select. I'll go for the grade A. So I had my customers too. And so somehow I had like 4 means, and I started this skills acquisition center. Back then I learned how to make liquid soap, a freshener, all these jewelries and all of that, even event planning as well as decorations. So I did all of that just to gather money. And people were like, change your children's school. You cannot afford it, you can't do this. And I'm like, these people cannot understand. I came from a background, I was not from a rich home. My father was not a rich man. Back then, I lived in a face me, I slap you. That was where I grew up. But I told myself, I would never live to have the traces of this kind of life attached to my name. By God's grace, I was a graduate. I went to school. And when all of this was happening, I said, I have God, the number one person I need in my life. I never depended on man because you will face failures upon failures upon failures. To the glory of God, God helped me, and I was able to manage to pay their tuition fee from all the money I get from all these small things I do. But I was not still, fulfilled in the inside of me because something was like, this is not the kind of life I want for myself or for my kids. I needed to have, a very strong financial base where if I need to pay school fees, I don't need to crack my brain. So when a friend brought the idea of Pertinence Real Estate, I said, wow, this is new network, real estate network. Let's give it a shot. And I gave it my all. The turning point for me was ITRAC, this business school that Pertinence runs. So I learned so much from it, and I made up my mind. I will think outside the box. I will not be ordinary. And I said the best way to sell real estate, then it was very tough to sell real estate. Very, very tough. Because people were like, you're an Igbo woman. What are you doing in Lagos selling land? How? How is it possible? When I sit down, you are selling fake land. A lot of people turning you down here and there. But I made up my mind. I said, I never know anything. The more no you people say, the more I convert your no to yes in my mind. When I go say yes by fire, and I don't know anything. So I kept on thriving, and to the glory of God, There's a place I used to pass to, Pertinence those days, this Air Force base, Shasha. And I used to see a lot of people, officers, well-dressed. I was like, what these people, they waste, oh. You mean these people cannot buy land? They cannot buy land. Now go buy, oh. The time is coming. And to the glory of God, the opportunity came someday. It turned out that my parents were staying with me at that time, and the priest of the church, the Catholic church they attended, came home one day to give my father Holy Communion. And somebody just said, go do your business. Allow this priest to come out. She is an Air Force officer. I just spoke to him. I said, Father, you are in my house today. How can you help my business, help my ministry now? He said, I told him I'll get a proposal. He said they used to have lectures every Thursday for officers, and anybody could come market whatever he or she is selling. I wrote a proposal, sharp. And before you know it, they invited me to come and do presentation. And I went. As God will have it, I closed 20 sales on that day. And they all did outright payments. I said, I thought Una never start this place. Una go vomit my money. 1 month later, I came back again, Oliver Twist. Dropped another proposal. They gave me opportunity again. I came back. Another 20 plots. And those 20 plots was the time Pertinence was giving free plot of land if you sell 20 plots in 1 month. And so I got a plot of land, half from those sales apart from my commission. And I was able to raise money. So I told myself, this real estate thing, I die here. I know they go anywhere. This is where I'm going to make it big. And over time, they started giving targets. I told myself, I must meet this target. Which work I get? I took this real estate work as if it was a federal government work. By fire, by force, I must excel in it. I closed my ears to what anybody was saying because there were a lot of distractions, a lot of people trying to stop me from doing it. They said, it does not fit you. It does not befit your money. It's a story for the gods. Money. The money now, money too. I beg. And I forged ahead. And I was able to travel abroad. Hey, Pertinence. Una do good for my life. I went on all express trip 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. To the glory of God, it was all Pertinence. And in 2017, I got an SUV, Pertinence. I mean, they did so much for me that I could not see anything negative. There were challenges every year where you go to, but I don't allow it to get in because there was a day, in fact, I went for a presentation at that Air Force base, and I called on 2 of my downlines to join me just to help them. And dying minutes, these people disappointed. They said they won't be able to make it. And I'd already told these people we were 3. So how would I present at the same time, share flyers, at the same time take attendance? I said, these people, you won't stop me. I quickly called on a friend. Unfortunately, he was around. I told him, just dress corporately and come. And when you come, seal your mouth. You know you don't know anything about this business. This is going to spoil my show here. If they ask you anything, tell them to meet your coordinator. If you cannot call me your boss. And that was what he did for me. He helped me to share flyer and to take attendance. And to the glory of God, I also closed 20 plots that same day. And I found this, my guy. I gave him some change. Kuku understand what they happened. He was even thanking me. I said, if only you know. And that was the journey. I, continued, and I was facilitating here in Pertinence too, for free. People who had presentations to do who were not even my downlines. I felt I needed to help them out because that was my own way of giving back. And to the glory of God, I know of not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5 people that I brought into the system that also own their own businesses now. I have my own real estate company now, and by God's grace, we have about 4 or 5 estates that we are managing, to the glory of God. And I was also able to send my children to private universities. Who born monkey?
Wow.
Hey, who born monkey? If anybody had mentioned, even the first day, my son's teacher came and said, hey, your son has gained admission into a private university. Mr. Timothy, that pada. Don't even say it again. Which private university? From where? Where will I get the money? He said, calm down now. Ele dem akpesa. I said, Ele what? Hey, now money we dey talk about though. Pepe. You start, you must finish. He said, God will help you. God will this, God will. And I said, and this my son. That my son. He did something that till tomorrow, I thank God for his life. Because as at the time he gained admission the first time, himself and his immediate elder sister, my first child, they gained admission at the same time, and I didn't have the funds. So I begged him to step down for his elder sister, and he did. Which boy go gree? He stayed till the sister graduated before he now went to school. Wow. And to the glory of God, today he is a computer scientist. He graduated years ago. And the last child, the one that was 2 when the dad passed, is now in his 300 level at Caleb University. All to the glory of God. If not for me coming to Pertinence and then with the help of real estate funds, who am I? And I tell women, especially single mothers and widows, don't give up. That's somebody who has been your backbone past. Your life should not be cut short, because wherever that person is, he will not be happy seeing you crying and your children's life rotting away. You have so much in the inside of you that you can give out. And don't even give up. Don't even think of, what would they say? Start it. That good idea that you've always thought about. Like she said, when these ideas drop in the spirit realm, it drops everywhere. You could be up to 1 million that will catch that vision, but it's the person that runs with it that eventually owns it. And by God's grace, aside from the real estate, I also have an event company, Shivanti Services company. I also have a food growing company. I've not registered it because when I checked for the name online, some people are already bearing that name. And I'm thinking, they've registered. 2 people. And I'm thinking, my son said, don't worry, mommy, we'll look for a way around it. You can add an extra alphabet to your own. It will make the difference.
We'll get to that later.
Okay. So that is by the way. And my skills acquisition center too. I want to rejuvenate it because I dropped the training sometime 2014 when I came into real estate. When I started seeing big money, I told them, I said, Pecho, make this one, they run things for us. You slow down. But now I want to use it to give back.
Awesome.
To the nation.
Awesome. Thank you so much, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, ma'am. How many of us got, I mean, I think that, listening to them so far, I see how that they have received so far, and then they are ready to pour and give back out. I think Mrs. Obasam made mention of that, how that, we are the ones that will build the next generation. If you would see the next generation and feel like you don't owe them anything, you will be here, 80. By God's grace, you will not die. And it is with your heart that you'll be seeing that you could have done a difference in someone's life. So I think that as much as we also receive by God's grace, as she has mentioned, we're also interested in giving back. And then I see a lot of preparation. I mean, all of this is not just fall by sitting down in one place. She did not mention how long. She did not mention a lot of struggles that happen inside. But she persevered and ensured that, right now we're all clapping our hands, seeing how far she has gone. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. So, to my amazing duo, I think I'll start from, now, I'd like to mention why I brought them to the panel. And that's because when you mention collaboration, in Pertinence, the first person, first of all, we think about our co-founders. So we have our co-founders that they are an epitome of collaboration. But outside of them, the first thing that comes to your mind are these 2 amazing women. Please jam your hands together for them. And that's because I call them sisters. They're not sisters. But you are, yeah, I know. Yes. They are sisters, but they are not blood sisters. And that's because they've been able to exemplify women supporting women. As a women supporting women to the extent that you cannot see the middle of the support. In the sense that you cannot tell who is giving a 60 and who is giving a 40. Or you cannot tell, this one is the main person in the partnership. This person is just a drag along. They are an epitome of collaboration. Thank you so much, Matt. I just had to, give that introduction. So here's my question. Collaboration is often seen as a strength, yet many women struggle with trust in business. How did you develop a successful partnership?
I wanted to say praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
So praise the Lord. I think that's what God wants me to say. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here. Thank you everyone present today. It's Favor Debayo Marcelina and Mariuta in Pertinence. And this year making the 3rd year in Pertinence.
Wow.
And I'm an event planner, a wedding planner. I'm into decorations. I love interior. I love anything beautiful. I love love. I love love. I love good homes. I love good character. I love relationships. Those are the things that have really helped me. So from the things that I loved, okay, if I may just say something about my background a little. Okay. I'm a first child of my parents. I'm first in almost everything I've found myself in life. First child from my father's side, from my mother's side, first child. From the grandchildren, first child, everything first child. Got married, first child. So I've had responsibilities on my shoulders, whether I like it or not. And life has been so challenging, coming from where I'm coming from. So from my background, I've learned a lot. It's a long story I can't begin to share here. Maybe one day they will hear my story because I'm building platforms to be able to share these stories because there are so many. So from my background, I've known what it is to suffer. I've known what it is to not have someone to go to. I don't know how to ask because that's from my background. I take responsibility for myself, of course, as a first child. Everything you have to lead by example as a first child. You have to do well for others to see that you are doing well as a first child. So many things. There might be somebody in that position that people always look up to you, whether you like it or not. If you fail, all of them will fail. Fine, you try your best to be the best you can. But those that will fail will still fail. But those that will look unto you will look unto you. But if you fail, those that were supposed to fail, that look up to you that you not fail. And those that fail because they didn't just want to try, we still blame you for failing because you are the first child. You are supposed to lead by example. So I've carried that mindset all my life. And by the grace of God, I've done well at every phase. And I've faced challenges that I got married, I was sick for a very long time, that I could not walk. They have to help me do everything. That would have just paralyzed my destiny, right? But with the strength of God in me, I was able to overcome that. Be it that I have things to do so that other people can get better looking at me. I always try to put my faith to work. So that brings me back to the thing that has sustained me so far. It's my faith in God. It's my faith in God. So I will encourage everyone here today, if you have not met with the Lord, not going to church, please try. Take that from here today. Give your life to Jesus. I'm sorry, but I have to say it because that is where I'm coming from. With the kind of responsibility I have on my shoulder, you will not understand, right? If I didn't have God. Imagine doctor giving up on you. Your parents or whatever that you rely on giving up on you. You are left alone. But I have God. I could stand on my feet today. I could sit down here today and talk because I have God. That's the number one thing you need if you want to be a successful man in life. Just know God for yourself. not for anybody else. Back to the question, sorry. Say, how have we been able to collaborate? It surprise you that we know ourselves way back. Me, I would say in primary school, but she maybe in secondary school. Because I was living somewhere close to their house with my uncle, and I know her primary school. And I went to another primary school that was far away from us. So if I'm following my grandmother, by the way, I lived with my grandmom. I grew up with a grandmother. So if I'm passing through that place from my uncle's place, I'll pass through her school way back in primary school. Fast forward, we met in secondary school, and our relationship has started from way back secondary school. Let's see, over 30, 35 years we've been together. Wow. So at the time, life happens. Everybody has gone their different ways. She got married, I got married, no phone then, so we could not connect. No, we lost track for some years. As God will have it, we met again in Lagos at the ATM. So we connect, and from there, it has been a wonderful journey. So when I get to know more about her again, when we reconnect, I knew she wasn't in Lagos. She has moved at the time we met at the ATM back to a certain place in Ogun State and returned back to Lagos at the time. So I was looking at, I made this my friend. Now, how come we have not seen again, Have gotten her number, then we are communicating. My spirit drew her back to Lagos. And she came. So when she came to Lagos, she was working in Banana Island, a big woman, She was working at oil firm and all that. I was like, at the time when the contract was off, I said, don't worry, I have a place for you where you are going to make the kind of money that we are looking for.
Oil money.
Yes, sir. Because you have to define who you are and what you are looking for, your vision. You understand? So I already know the kind of money we are looking for. As a first child, I know the kind of money I'm looking for because there are a lot of people I need to help within the family and outside the family. And by the grace of God, I've been doing that, even way back from primary school. So when we reconnect, I brought her here. I said, you see, you have a lot of people. I know you know people, but you are not making use of these people that you know.
Leverage.
Help me to help you.
Leverage. Wow. You just answered the question that I'm going to ask her. So I think you should give her the mic. Let her continue the conversation. So my next question would be how you both leverage each other's strengths and weaknesses. Okay. Do you get, because that's the beauty of collaboration, that I'm not 100%, but then I can be 100% when I leverage the strengths of my sisters. So.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mrs. Mary Ogbaisi. I'm a realtor at Pertinence. I am also a beauty consultant and a personal shopper. I love beauty. I love looking good. Looking good is a good business.
You can see that the two of them.
I'm always on point. I love being on point always. Okay, she has shared my story. Okay. She introduced me to Pertinence, I think in 2019, where we met at the ATM, we reconnected. After some time, I lost my job in Banana Island. She actually called me and said, there was a time I was bored at home, I would be alone. She came visiting on that day, we were discussing. She said, I know the type of money you are looking for, and I have it. So we are going to work together. We need to partner together. So I didn't think about that twice. Immediately, I signed up. She brought me to Pertinence. I registered. She did 0 to hero for me. I paid 5,000 naira instead of 10,000 naira. A round of applause for her, please. She has been a wonderful friend. So we started our journey. She started mentoring me, And through her mentorship, I became successful in the business. I have benefited a lot from Pertinence. In fact, through her collaboration, and my dedication and hard work, I was able to win a car award. I got all expense paid trip to Dubai and other amazing incentives. It's been a wonderful journey. In fact, in my home, if you mention, we can't say two things without mentioning her. She's been of great impact.
She's
in my
a member
life.
of the family.
In fact, sometimes my husband will say, Mommy Enola is the one marrying you. That is how it has become. So, right now, I'm trying to, I have replicated, that in other women by mentoring other women. I'm so excited I've been able to bring more women into the industry. And they are making impacts. They are getting results. They are so committed. Hello, okay. I'm so emotional. So, through collaboration, we've been able to do great things. We have been able to put funds together to do investments. We are doing a lot. We are working together, and it has been of great help to both of us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Okay, so I want you to also shed light on, when we look at, strengths and weaknesses. I mean, everyone, we all know that we are not, there are some areas that I'm not perfect in, very clearly. And it would always be great that I have someone beside me that is perfect in that area, and we complete the equation. So I just want you to just spotlight some of those things that, she's not so great in this. For instance, you have started to mention that, she had connection because she had worked in an oil firm, which, I mean, when it comes to selling real estate, that is like a gold mine. So I wanted to just spotlight some of those strengths and weaknesses, and now you both have just maintained and helped you to have sales.
Strengths and weaknesses. For two of us, I can't say, but I will try and say something. Okay. Nobody without weakness, right? Yeah. We both do the marketing. In fact, as a matter of fact, she does more of the social media than myself. But I'm great at relationship. I can enter you. What I mean, enter you. You understand? I can read almost your mind. I can know whether you are ready to do business with me or not, or I'm wasting my time, or I should just keep that relationship pending on when you are ready. I've had people like that 5 years, 6 years, and they are patronizing me after that long time. So if I know that you have people like that, and maybe she has talked to them, as a matter of fact, we can do the talking together. Message. I'm the writer. She's the sender. So just like that, talk. You understand? Not talking in public, but talk one-on-one. I can talk. Maybe today I try talking in public, right? I'm trying, Abi. Ms. Obasa will rate me after this time. I know I need
thumbs up.
Yeah, I need some coaching from her too, so that I can be stepping up small. That's what I hear. So I can talk one-on-one and can help close the deal. You understand? You just get me the contact. I think
that's it. Thank you so much. So, Yuma. All right, thank you so much. So I think last question on right now. We'd just like to know what financial habits or investment strategies has helped you to grow wealth. What are those habits financially that you live by, and it has really helped you to your personal businesses outside of real estate and also within real estate?
Thank you very much. I want to appreciate that. That question is a very, very important one. Yeah. Now, one of the things I cultivated as an habit is there is a book I read. I think we talked about it some times ago. That book is the Babylon. Can you remember? The richest man in Babylon. The richest man in Babylon. And there is a statement there that I picked up out of everything I read in that story. And that was what I implemented. Now, it says, 1/10 of all I earn is mine to be kept. 1/10 of all I earn is mine to be kept. Now, I think this started from when I made my first million. I learned another principle from Dr. Lonshei during the mentee period, and he said, learn to put your earnings in percentage. That when you earn, you should be able to mark it up in percentage. This percentage is for this. As we know that we all have a general percentage of 10% goes to God. Now, if you can give a 10% to God, then you should also put some things in percentage. What goes to where? What do you want to use a particular fraction of money for? And then what actually helped me up to date is that I look first on what can I do with a particular percentage of money that will give me more money. So when I earn, I don't firstly think of what to spend or what to buy. The first thing I look at, okay, a fraction of this money should go into so thing that will give me more money. So I have that mindset, and that's why currently I was telling somebody 2 days ago that if I want to buy a car, I can afford it. But I chose not to buy a car because there are so many other things that can fetch me more money currently. So most things I put my money into investments that can give me future money, that can give me a lot of money. Because I know by the time I want to buy my car, I want to buy it at ease, not at a liability. Where I will buy a car, I have to start thinking about how to buy fuel, And, so what I do is that I put most of the money I make, I put them into assets that will give me more money. I was talking to somebody yesterday. I said, as I'm sitting here, I need 100 million. And I said, I need 100 million. And I'm saying I should. Okay. I said, that 100 million is not just for anything. It's not for luxury. It's for an investment that I needed to. So when I make money, I look, okay, this money, there's a fund that entered into my account this morning, about 600 something. Now I start thinking, this is 100. Hey, just go for this. Not for luxury. Now, that is what has helped me up to this. As I'm talking to you now, we have a parcel of land of 37 acres as a company, Gifted Hands Properties. And this 37 acres I'm talking to you about is a lot. You understand? Now, these are the ways we fund, I personally use money for such things, such that in the nearest 2-3 years, you'll be seeing somebody different. Now, in real estate platform, the question is, how do you finance investment habits? So the habits started from the place of PettySave. When PettySave was launched, I looked at that platform. I said, oh, how can I actually harness this platform? There's a part where you can target savings. Somebody like me, I'm fond of giving. If you have any money with me, if you ask, so far I have that money, I will give it out. So, and at times I looked at it, the Bible says we should always give. But when you are giving, and you're not really establishing yourself to even be able to give more, is an issue. And when you are giving people, and at the time you stop giving, you become their enemies. They will not even forget you have been giving them. So I looked at it that I needed to intentionally create a structure, a saving habit. So when I earned my first million, I called my husband. I said, this money must not go anyhow. We need to put it in percentage. So there is a particular part of the fund I put into PettySave, and I was able to have that money. By the time opportunity came, I was able to pick up that money to access that opportunity. So investment habits